now it's time for Maine Guide Monday, where guide Catherine Gordon explores the beautiful wildlife and nature across the state.
What a perfect day to explore.
I know.
Right?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Good day to get out
there.
there.
It's amazing.
This week, Catherine shows us how to stay safe while kayaking.
Kayaking in Maine is one of my favorite activities, although this time of year it can be dangerous. Average inland water temperatures in April are around 40 degrees. The ice has just gone out, and hypothermia is a real danger. But after a long winter, we all want to get back out on the water fishing or to take in views like this. There are things you can do to safely paddle in the spring, however. Number one, always wear a life jacket. That will significantly increase your survival if you fall into the water. It's recommended that you wear a wetsuit or a dry suit for any water temperatures that are less than 70 degrees. Remember, you're dressing for the water temperature, not the air temperature. I really love to get out on calm water. The paddling is therapeutic, and I see so many beautiful animals and birds. I thought it'd be really fun to share with you some of them that I've seen over the years. My absolute favorite sound is a loon calling. Loons will live 20 to 30 years. They return to the same breeding territory each year. I love it when they pop their little heads up and kind of come over and say hello and keep on going about their day. And it is important to never approach wildlife. I find in a kayak, if I just sit quietly, all kinds of wildlife will come right up to the boat. I do carry with me a camera with a zoom lens, so I'm nowhere near these loons, but it was really amazing to see them feeding those little baby chicks. They're so tiny. Sometimes loons will actually dive down under your boat, which I always find kind of fun. And there's other little creatures under your boat. If you take a look, these are alewives. These are juvenile alewives that were born in fresh water. They'll stay a few months, and now they are migrating towards the ocean to mature. They will return to this same fresh water where they were born to spawn. There are bigger creatures under there, like this huge snapping turtle. Look at those claws. But I prefer the tiny little turtles that I often see off to the side, just sunning themselves, or like this guy trying to plunk himself off that log. I have seen snakes swimming along the top of the water. They are not my favorites. I do enjoy seeing the little muskrats swimming beside me. Sometimes I'll see on the banks a mink, which is always really fun to see. They are semi-aquatic members of the weasel family, and you'll find them in wetlands, along streams, ponds, in rivers. And this little guy was just standing there taking in the views. He was beautiful. My very favorite bird to see is the eagle. I love to see them. As a kid, we just never saw them, so every time I see them now, it's a thrill. This particular eagle, I'm floating in my kayak and he was right above my head. He could not have cared less that I was there. He was busy looking up and down the lake. Now this particular nest, I'm quite a ways away. I'm using my zoom camera, but I'm in my kayak in the lake looking at an eaglet. Look how beautiful that little guy is. And I have seen eaglets in that nest 8 years in a row, and I just love it. They don't get their white heads until they're approximately 4 to 5 years old. But this one right here was stunning in that white-headed and tail color. And coming up soon, we'll have all the little baby ducklings. How can you resist how cute they are? I truly hope you can all get out, get on the water, and enjoy everything that nature has to offer. I'm Catherine Gordon, and you can follow me on Instagram at My Maine Guide Life.
I wish I'd kept count of how many animals
I
she
know.
encountered on that kayaking
They
trip.
just kept coming.
Yes, I love that little
was
turtle.
adorable.
When the turtle
and the
came
big
on,
one.
I was like, how did it get up on that log?
I have a bad history with kayaking.
Oh.
No.
We actually went on we were just talking about, we honeymooned in Costa Rica, we went
Yes.
kayaking,
Yeah.
totally flopped.
No.
Totally, yep.
Could you get it out of the water? Because I know sometimes
We did, we were
It's
able
difficult.
to salvage it,
Was
but
It was like a two-person?
it was a, yeah.
And you
Oh my
both were
God.
just
Yeah, whoop, whoop, yep.
Wow.
Very wet after that one.
No.
I know.
I love kayaking though.
It is
so
fun.
much
Oh,
fun.
very therapeutic too.
Yes.
So many good spots up here. I think there's some good places in Booth Bay Harbor that I used to go to as a kid.
Nice.
So
I
it
love
was super
that.
fun.
We'll have to do that this summer.
We
a little
should.
Walking kayak trip.
I love
Yeah.
it. And thank you, Catherine.
Yeah.
We love Mondays with Maine
Yeah,
Guide
she
Mondays.
always has great
I learn
spots to
something
go
new
to.
every week.
Yes, we do.
Yes.